My name is Saya. I'm gonna be your instructor on marketing management course. I am a marketer also and a manager, also a leadership trainer. So we are going to talk about marketing itself and how to manage it. So in this course, we have information and knowledge not only about the marketing, but also how to use it, also the principles of marketing, some tools, necessary tools, the most used tools. So we hope that this course will be helpful for you if you're a marketer, or if you want to become a marketer, or if you're a manager, or if you want to become a manager. So if you like it or you don't like it, or you have something to say about the course, please leave the comments below, because we always read them and we want to become better. So thank you and you're welcome.
Welcome to your first lecture, your first day. Let's talk about your life at our school. At first, you need to register at our courses. If you will have any troubles with registration at platform or with choosing of our courses, you need just to write an email for us, or use support at a platform, or use Telegram channel, or any other contacts at our site. Next, you need to review all materials at our courses, all tasks and all additional materials. But even after finishing of all materials, it will be a start for your real learning, for your real growth, because you need to use interactive part for your questions, from real work examples, from real business examples. And please be free to ask any questions and provide any feedback to us, because for us is important your understanding of all materials, and for us is very important that all courses is enough for your growth. Next part, after finishing of courses, for example, if you finish free programs, you may just use name of programs at your CV or at LinkedIn. If you finish paid courses, you may download certificate from Udemy or other platform, or also you may write us and we will provide to you RBS type of diploma. That will be a digital diploma about finishing of your program. Also, if you want paper-based diploma, you also may write us, and with some standard fee for delivery, we will provide a paper-based diploma to you. Also, in case if you will finish paid programs, we are able to provide a student ID for you. And if you will finish also capstone project, we also will provide program record and recommendation letter for you. Please also use all opportunities for your career, for some additional contacts with employers. You may use information about our diplomas at your LinkedIn, at your CV. You may post information about finishing of our programs at LinkedIn, Facebook, and also interactive part and networking is a really important thing for your career. And you may join our alumni and student chat at Telegram. You may post information about you at our alumni page. And also, even after finishing of our courses, please join our channels for following of our news and for usage that information for joining of our new course. We will be happy to see you at our courses.
Hello everyone, welcome to Marketing Management course. So the content of today's lesson: what is marketing management, elements of the marketing management concept. The next one is marketing management functions and the field of activity of marketing management. So let's talk about what is marketing management. First of all, the concept of marketing can be defined as a system of interaction between a company and a competitive external environment aimed at achieving the goals set by the company. The next one, in this sense, marketing can be considered as a functional area of management along with finance, production, personnel, and so on. Management is the activity of managing people and the processes in the company aimed at solving the tasks facing the company. Marketing management is the process of analyzing market opportunities, selecting target markets, developing a marketing package, and implementing marketing activities. The definition of marketing oriented management most accurately corresponds to the meaning, but in practice, the term marketing management is used. Marketing management as a general company management system includes marketing process management activities or marketing management as an integral unit. Consequently, the conceptual and functional aspects can be distinguished in marketing management. Marketing management is a process and a concept, first of all. The process is considered as a management function along with such specific functions as personnel management, financial management, etc. In this case, we will analyze this area of activity in this way. At the same time, marketing can also look like a concept. The fundamental principles and measures for their implementation in the sphere of the functioning of the enterprise. So, what is the purpose of marketing management? The purpose is the formation of a complex of long term, like strategic, and the short term, like operational managerial influences. Decisions in the field of marketing on all departments and persons interacting in the field of marketing. And the concept of marketing management is defined as a system of basic ideas, tools, and analysis of entrepreneurship and the environment, the formation of strategies and control. Let's talk about the modern concept of marketing management. So it consists of assessment, verification, diagnosis, and prognosis. So, in the contrast to the early marketing that was in the past, its modern content is complemented by a fairly wide range of market diagnostics activities, like determining the causes of changes in the market environment, like external and internal, measuring its parameters, confirming the diagnosis, and verifying it. The logical conclusion of the marketing management mechanism is the forecast of the functioning of the marketing subsystem based on evaluation, verification, and diagnostic actions. So, here are the issues related to the process of selling the company's product. So, first of all, is consumer study, then research of motives of its behavior in the market, analysis of the company's own market, product research, analysis of forms and channels of sales of products, analysis of the volume of turnover of the enterprise, study of competitors, determination of forms and level of competition, research of advertising activity, determining the most effective ways to promote goods on the market, studying the niche of the market in which the enterprise has the best opportunities to realize its comparative advantages to increase its turnover. So, what are the elements of the marketing management concept? First is marketing planning, like what are we going to do, like the company, then organization of the marketing process, then coordination of departments for marketing purposes because it has a lot of departments, then activity control and audit to see what we could change and what we could do better, and stimulation of the company's divisions. Let's talk about the stages of marketing management. So, marketing management is a set of principles, methods, means, and forms of marketing management in order to intensify the process of formation and reproduction of demand for goods and services of the company and increase its profits. And the stages are analysis of the company's market opportunities, first of all. The second is selection of target markets. Third one, development of a marketing package for each target market. The next one is implementation of marketing activities. Next one is activity control, and it could be audit. And the last one is analysis of the results obtained and development of solutions to improve marketing management. What are the priorities of marketing management nowadays? First of all, it's change from marketing in the marketing department to the marketing throughout the organization. The second, from the organization by product unit to the client oriented structure of the company. The third one is outsourcing and intercompany interaction. Fourth one, the variety of forms of intercompany interaction, strategic groups, alliances, network companies, partnerships. The next one is moving from preserving old market positions to finding new ones. The next one is moving from focusing on tangible assets to the accumulation of intangible assets. Acceleration of the process of presentation and sale of goods through online trading, because nowadays we have a lot of online marketplaces. And the last one is moving from financial indicators to the marketing estimates. What are the tasks and functions of marketing management? So, tasks are development of perspective and tactical marketing policy of enterprise, organization of marketing program management, organization of labor management or personal management, and last one is organization of relationship management in the field of marketing. And the functions are planning, management, control and accounting, and analysis of the results. Let's talk about the directions of marketing management. So the first is market analysis. It's the collection and evaluation of information about the marketing environment of the company. As we said before, it could be external and internal, the environment. The second is search and selection of target markets. It represents the segmentation of the market, the selection of target segments, and the positioning of a product or service in the market. The third one is development of a marketing mix. It represents product development, pricing, selection of distribution channels, and promotion of a certain product or service on the market. The last is conducting marketing events. It's development of a strategy and monitoring of its implementation. And we are going to talk about in the next lessons. Let's talk about the field of activity of marketing management because it's a wide and it has a lot of fields. So the first is development of the company's marketing policy, the basic and unchangeable principle of its market activity. The second is development of a marketing strategy, a promising marketing plan. Development of tactical marketing programs, organization of marketing program management, organization of labor management. Then we have organization of market relations management. Then we have organization of the current marketing process, what we have now, coordination of various divisions of the company for marketing purposes, and last again is activity control and audit. So it was all for today's lesson. Thank you for your attention and see you soon. Hello everyone, welcome to a marketing management course and let's start our lesson. So the content of today's lesson, marketing management effectiveness, the principle of mutual benefit, the principle of strategic orientation, the principle of individualization of demand, the principle of marketing integration, the principle of benchmarking, scope of marketing management, and features of marketing management. Let's dive in. First of all, let's talk about the effectiveness of marketing management. So, the marketing as a science of managing commodity money relations in society integrates such important categories as quality of life, safety of production and consumption, human values, environmental ecology, social responsibility, and so on. The effectiveness of marketing management primarily reflects the harmonization of society and the quality level of the listed categories. So, as a result, marketing management effectiveness is a comprehensive assessment of qualitative and quantitative indicators of distribution, promotion, positioning of goods, services, ideas in society, taking into account the mission and budget of each participant in the market turnover. At the same time, the main attention should be paid to marketing management aimed at successfully solving problems at every stage of the management process, from developing a strategy for penetration into target sales segments to ensuring market stability. High efficiency of marketing efforts can be obtained as a result of compliance with the principles of effective marketing management. So, here we can see the principles of marketing management. The first is mutual benefit, the second is strategic orientation, the next one is individualization of demand, the next one, integration of marketing, and the last one, as we see, is benchmarking. So let's talk about each of them. The first one is the principle of mutual benefit. So it's of all market participant assumes, first of all, equal consideration of the interest of producers and consumers of goods and services. It's quite obvious that their targets are both interrelated and opposite. For the manufacturer or producer, the parameters that contribute to making a profit are taken into account, and actually, it's the main goal. And for the consumer, making a purchase at an affordable price and the best quality. But the general interest is concentrated in the quality parameters of the product, which directly affect the progressive development of the producer and the satisfaction of the aggregate needs of customers. So, the next principle is about strategic orientation. So, the principle of strategic orientation is when a high degree of interaction between the company's employees and customers makes it necessary to focus on the development of a marketing strategy for its integration with the strategy of effective activity of the company. If a company strives to achieve high quality services and to form a cost structure to development, coordinated, functioning, and marketing strategies are vital for it. Taking into account the principle of strategic orientation, it's necessary to draw a line between a sales orientation and the modern marketing approach when the buyer is at the forefront. So, the next principle is called the principle of individualization of demand. It's about demand reflects the need for the formation of aggregate demand, taking into account the preferences of each client individually. Compliance with this principle implies the flexible use of the basic elements of marketing in combination with elements of production, sales policy. It's the principle that creates opportunities for the construction of a communication bridge connecting the company and the target audience, like the consumers, taking into account the needs of each buyer individually. So, the basis of the demand individualization system is relationship marketing, which include mechanisms that maintain relationships with customers. Sellers should strive to turn the buyer into a regular customer by demonstrating to him the additional long term value of their goods, a high quality, a high service culture, and careful consideration of the individual requests of each client. The next one is the principle of marketing integration. So, this principle presupposes the successful organization of integrated marketing communications for the implementation of a comprehensive program with the inclusion of advertising tools, public relations, interactive marketing, telemarketing, and so on. Marketing integration is a new way of looking at product promotion by creating a holistic unit with unified financing, management, and ideas. The company integrating the entire branding complex under a single roof of integrated communications occupies a strong position in the market today. The last principle is the principle of benchmarking. So, what is benchmarking? It's a systematic set of processes for assessing market stability related to the leading positions of leading competitors in order to improve the performance of an organization. The purpose of benchmarking, firstly, is to develop theoretical provisions and practical recommendations for conducting marketing research aimed at achieving the success of entrepreneurship and ensuring its progressive development. The content of the benchmarking principle makes it possible to manage production, marketing processes, and sales functions on the basis of a comprehensive study, assessment of best practices, for example, of other companies, and public technologies in competing firms. Let's look through the examples for benchmarking. So the first example is about Ford. So Ford decided to create a new high-end car and for this purpose conducted a study. So the result of the work of this study was a Ford Taurus car. The second example is about Thomas Bata. So he's originally a small craftsman, created the Bata brand in the early 20th century. To stimulate sales and attract buyers, he used special prices. Instead of 10 crowns, as with competitors, he used 9 and 99 crowns. And the last example is about Starbucks. So Howard Schultz, during a business trip to Milan in 1983, noticed the popularity of Italian espresso bars where people gathered to read newspapers, talk over a cup of coffee, work, and so on. So Schultz convinced the owners of Starbucks to open such a bar in downtown Seattle, and the new establishment quickly became popular as we see nowadays. So the next topic is scope of marketing management. So here we can see marketing research, definition of goals, planning and control of marketing activities. Let's talk about it. Firstly, marketing research. This is related to figuring out what your potential customers want, what are their desires. So, marketing management analyzes customer reactions to product quality, its prices, promotion, and distribution channels. Moreover, it takes into account the marketing strategies of other competitive enterprises in the same economy while developing its own. The second, definition of goals. This is another area of marketing management which includes setting marketing goals and objectives. The goals cover the production of new products, the improvement of old products, and attracting and retaining customers. Planning and control of marketing activities. This includes establishing and following organized procedures to achieve marketing goals. Marketing management is concerned with planning marketing strategies, product diversification, advertising, promotional events, which are part of marketing activities. Let's continue. So, the next one is product planning and development. So, as the business develops, there is a need to produce new products as well as to improve and diversify old products. There is a need for marketing management. It also determines the quantity of the product for the target market at a given time. Next one is promotion. So, marketing management controls the means of providing the necessary information about products to consumers. In addition, it provides new customers and retains existing ones by informing them about the improvement of the product and the appearance of a new product. Marketing management develops strategies and also uses good, effective tools to stimulate sales. The next one is distribution. Distribution means engaging reliable channels to make products available to customers and at the right time. Marketing management selects product distribution channels that depend on the cost of production and the nature of products. So, what are the features of marketing management? First of all, is focus on customer needs. To study and understand what the consumer needs, this knowledge will affect other activities related to the product, for example, product design, pricing, the placement of product or service, and so on. The next one is ensuring customer satisfaction. Develop an appropriate product to satisfy consumers. Organizations grow as customer needs are met. Integrated marketing management. This involves combining all the management functions in the organization together. On the other hand, to ensure customer satisfaction. Next one is achievement of organizational goals. Organizational goals include growth, increased market share, high profit or return or investment, or we call it just ROI. Those by satisfying the needs of consumers, they achieve these goals. And the last one is about innovation. So, innovations in marketing concepts are associated with the study and use of new and unusual methods to understand consumers. It's also useful when developing appropriate products for the needs of consumers. As you can see, all features of marketing management are closely about consumers and their needs because a new marketing management is all about to meet the desires and the needs of consumers. So this is how the companies can achieve their economic goals, like financial goals. And the last one is question. So please give an example of one of the principles as we did before for the benchmarking principle. Thank you for your attention. See you soon. Hello everyone, welcome to marketing management course and let's start our lesson. Let's look through the content of today's lesson. Marketing research system, analysis of the external environment, customer analysis and competitor analysis. So what is marketing research? It's a collection, analysis, dissemination, and a use of information to improve efficiency and solve marketing problems. The company starts marketing research for two reasons. The first is to identify marketing opportunities and use them to help solve specific marketing problems. So, marketing research to identify the problem is undertaken to identify problems that are either hidden or there is a possibility of their occurrence in the future. As soon as a problem or opportunity is identified, marketing research is undertaken to solve it. Their results are used to solve specific marketing problems. So, what about the problem? Marketing research to identify a problem or problem identification research, it's a marketing research that is undertaken to help identify non obvious problems, either real or those that may arise in the future. Marketing research to solve a problem or problem solving research, it's a marketing research undertaken to help solve specific marketing problems. The definition of the problem includes, firstly, identification of symptoms of the problem. So, symptom is some kind of condition or incident that demonstrates the presence of a problem in a company. As a rule, symptoms manifest themselves in the work of the company itself, the market situation, sales volume, and so on. Only by identifying the symptom you can define whether the company has a problem or not. So there is a need for constant monitoring of the external and internal environment, both of them. The second is a clear statement of the possible causes or underlying problems, the symptoms. The third one is identification of a complete list of alternative actions that the marketing manager can take to solve the problem. And usually at this stage, a comprehensive study of the problem is carried out to understand its causes and essence, analysis of secondary data, interviews with experts. The result of all actions performed is the setting of the marketing research goal. In most cases, the goal is defined already in the process of problem formulation, so setting a goal shouldn't cause difficulties. So, marketing research. To determine the problem, we look to the market potential, we do research market performance, research market share, research image, research sales, forecast and trends. And to solve the problem, we look to the research for segmentation, product, price, promotion and distribution researches. What are the main directions of marketing research? Firstly, its market itself, then its competitor, then its consumer, then we do research for a product, then its product promotion and the sales, then its advertising, price, and last one is the corporate structure of the market. Let's talk about the external environment. So, the external environment of a company or organization includes elements such as consumers, competitors, government agencies, suppliers, financial organizations, and sources of labor resources. In fact, there are many more elements of the external environment, yes, but we will look through these ones. So, the external environment of an organization is divided into two main groups: the environment of direct and indirect impact. The direct impact environment includes factors that directly affect the organization. These factors include consumers, competitors, suppliers, financial organizations, government agencies, and so on. The environment of indirect influence doesn't directly affect the organization, but nevertheless affects the decisions it makes. So, the main environmental factors of direct impact are as follows. So, the first factor is consumers, are those for whom goods are created. Their goal is to maximize the satisfaction of the needs of the goods they purchased based on the available income, personal preferences, taking into account market prices. This is the main factor that justifies the existence of the company. The second factor is competitor. So people competing in any field with others. Competition is a struggle between market participants for getting the maximum effect, for a profitable deal, and so on. The third factor is supplier. Some organizations depend on a continuous flow of materials. Many firms that don't have warehouses need materials to be delivered on time. Such a supply system requires close cooperation between the producer and the supplier. So the next external factor is state body. Its organizations must comply with the laws and the requirements of public administration bodies. The next one, scientific and technical factor. Any scientific and technical innovation is fraught with major long term consequences that can't always be foreseen. Next that we have is the political factor. This environment consists of legal regulations, state institutions that influence various organizations. The events taking place in the political environment have a strong impact on the marketing decisions of the organization. The next one, economic factor. The state of the world economy affects the cost of imported goods and the ability of buyers to buy them. The state of the economy may make it much more difficult for companies to obtain a loan due to an increase in the interest rate. The next one is the natural factor. It's the shortage of certain types of raw materials such as oil, coal, and other minerals. And the last one is socio-cultural factor. It's when making marketing decisions, traditions and cultural values of the population are taken into account and it's important. Okay, so let's talk about the methods of marketing environment analysis. So we are going to talk about the step or pest analysis, then item analysis, quest analysis, and SWOT analysis. So the first one is step or pest analysis. It's considered as an analysis of the marketing macro environment and it's based on some factors that we are going to talk about. So here we can see the pest analysis. It consists of four letters P, E, S, and T. So P is for the political, it's global political situation, foreign policy of the country in which the company's jurisdiction is located, tax policy, and so on. E, economic, inflation rate, then we have rate related dynamics in the banking sector, exchange rate change, and so on. The next one is social. It's demographic information, migration dynamics, standard of living of the population, salary, and so on. And last letter is going for the T, technology. It's all about scientific discoveries, new technologies, the impact of the internet and mobile technologies, and so on. So the use of step or pest analysis extends to politically stable, economically developed countries. The use of pest analysis to countries whose economies are weak and political and economic factors are dominant. When conducting the analysis, it's necessary to take into account the level of priority of various environmental factors from the standpoint of the probability of their stability, strength, and vector of influence. The next method is ETOM analysis. So this is a method of analyzing opportunities and threats from external environmental factors. So ETOM is going for environmental threats and opportunities. The matrix method is characterized by its basing on a limited number of factors, the allocation of which is carried out expertly. And the method tends to help the reaction of a particular company to set of environmental factors. And last one is SWOT analysis. This method is the most popular and I think you know about it. In fact, a method of joint analysis of the internal environment and the microenvironment of the company. SWOT is an analysis of the strengths and weaknesses of the enterprise as well as the opportunities and threats awaiting it in the market. So this is why we look to the internal and external environment. So here we can see the SWOT analysis. So the first one is strength. What do we do well, the company? Then characteristics that give advantages over the competitors. Then we look through the weaknesses. What can we improve in our company or in our product, service, and so on? Characteristics that put a disadvantage over the competitors. Then we can see our opportunities. These are elements of external environment to improve processes and performance. And last one is threats. elements of external environment that could endanger the business. With the help of SWOT analysis, companies research to study trends in their development, resources, opportunities to use both their advantages and disadvantages. It helps businesses define their goals and objectives, explore the macro environment to identify opportunities. Then, companies can rely on this analysis to identify and study the sides, weak and strong sides, as well as threats and opportunities arising in the market. And thanks to this, they can build protection and minimize losses from threats. Also, SWOT analysis can help to build a strong strategy, a strong marketing strategy. So here we can see an example. We took an IKEA and made a SWOT analysis. So what are the strengths? Knowledge of consumer needs, then continuous use of innovation to reduce cost, and the third, brand reputation and market presence. What weaknesses does IKEA have? Quality reduction and standard products, opportunities, further expansion into developing countries, online sales growth, and entering the growing grocery market. Threats, increased competition, and growth of average consumer income. The next analysis, called Quest, in this method, it becomes possible to get rid of the disadvantages inherent in the item and the step or pest methods, consistent in the impossibility of taking into account the interaction and interrelation of different events and environmental factor. So quest analysis goes for quick environment scanning technique, is considered a method of rapid scanning of the external environment. Thanks to this method, it's possible to apply a balanced approach to the development of rapid action programs in response to the impact of the macro environment on the company's activities. Let's talk about how to make analysis of the consumer. So, marketing research of consumers is the study of their attitudes, motives, lifestyle, decision making algorithms depending on personal qualities, the nature of work, age, differences in needs, and social status. Such studies are conducted to identify a market niche and develop a strategy for promoting new products and services on the market, as well as to create a methodology for stimulating sales of products of existing brands. So, what are the methods? The first is the portrait of the target audience. So, drawing up a biased portrait allows the company to successfully navigate the market, conduct advertising campaigns, develop new offers and promotions to meet the needs of its customers. It also has some criteria. So, the first is socio-demographic characteristics. It could be gender, age, social and financial status, and they are the main criteria to be guided by when promoting goods and services. The next criteria, geographical, psychographic, behavioral characteristics. There are more in depth studies that reveal the frequency and volume of purchases of certain goods, interests, and preference of customers, as well as their behavioral characteristics related to the sphere of consumption of goods and services. Based on the compiled portrait of the target audience, it's possible to conduct the following types of research: analysis of the perception of the brand by consumers. It will highlight the features and differences of the product which consumers primarily pay attention to. Then, the study of the levels of knowledge, consumption, and preferences of various brands by consumers. Analysis of customer requests and product requirements, and studying the motives of consumer behavior. So the next method is motives of consumer behavior. So the study of the motives of consumer behavior implies the identification of factors that influence the decision making about the choice and purchase of certain goods, which allows us to identify specific reasons that affect the buyer. So we can do this research through questionnaire survey or in-depth interview, observation, or focus group. Based on the information obtained, a forecast of consumer behavior is made, which allows you to adjust the positioning of the goods in time, change the characteristics of the products, and develop new offers for buyers. The next method is segmentation. So, segmentation is the identification of groups of buyers with similar needs and purchasing behavior. To promote certain goods or services, the appropriate segment of consumers with the most capacious market potential is selected. And also, here we can use questionnaire survey, in depth interview, observation, focus group, and other research methods. Based on segmentation, it's possible to conduct the following types of research: the study of the degree of loyalty and satisfaction of direct consumers. It shows how much the consumer is ready to make a repeat purchase. The second is analysis of the price expectations of end consumer, allows to define the amounts in which the buyer evaluates the goods offered to him. And today, customer research is one of the main marketing tools to stimulate sales and promote new brands to the market. It helps companies to take a leading position in their field of activity and keep them in a competitive environment. Let's talk about the competition and competitor. So, competitive analysis is the process of studying competitors. What exactly to analyze depends on the business objectives. This can be an analysis of the trade offer, pricing, assortment, attitude to customers, profit, turnover, loyalty program, sales channels, advertising, and much more. So, competitors could be direct, they offer identical goods and services. They could be indirect, the companies that offer similar products and services. For example, it could be the KFC and its indirect competitor is Subway. Both brands offer fast food, solve the problem of eating, but in different ways. And the last one is substitute, offer different services but can be replaced by each other. So, how can we analyze our competitors? The first is SWOT analysis. We talked about it before. Then we can use Porter's method. The author of the concept is Michael Porter, proposed analyzing the state of the business and competitors in five areas: suppliers, competitors, new players of the market, buyers, substitute products. Porter's analysis helps to formulate a long term development strategy. And last one is comparative analysis of the competitors. So the method of comparative analysis of competitors is one of the simplest and most visual. It only needs criteria and a list of competitors in the market. The format can be anything from a just basic spreadsheet in Excel to a whiteboard and a mirror, where you can also draw. And competitor research is an ongoing process. The essence of competitive analysis is to always know where the market is moving, what are the trends, and what companies are the companies offer to buyers, and how the interests of the audience are changing. The results of the analysis should be updated regularly. So here is the question for you. Make a SWOT analysis of your business and share it with us. That was all for today. Thank you for your attention and see you soon. Hello, dear students. Welcome to Marketing Management course. So today we are going to talk about market segmentation, selecting target segments, and positioning of products in the market. So the first topic, market segmentation is the process of grouping potential customers into groups based on similar characteristics, such as age, gender, place of residence, profession, and much more. Also, market segmentation is a strategy of producers and sellers of goods which consists in dividing the market into separate parts or segments based on the type of goods sold, territorial location, type of buyers most represented in this part of the market, according to social characteristics. So, to sell a product, it's important to know how to catch the consumer's attention, what to interest him in, and what characteristics of the product to focus on. To do this, it's necessary to study the needs, pains, desires, preferences, and even the weaknesses of target audience. So that is why in the advertising of products of popular brands, it's most often not the technical characteristics of products that are sold, but the benefits that the purchase brings. So if you use segmentation, it helps you to create a portrait of the target audience, understand who is buying the product and why, to see the needs for which there is no solution on the market yet, and to find a new niche, to create a product or a package offer for a specific segment and set a price. Then it helps to formulate a USP, a unique trade offer, build up from competitors and define positioning in the market. And also, it helps to develop a strategy and choose promotion channels, launch an effective advertising campaign. Also, it's important to know that segmentation has its own criteria. First is geographical. Segmentation by geographical factor helps to build logistics, organize delivery to a specific region, and if the company knows where customers are physically located, it will be able to place advertisement in the right place. The focus on the location of the company will increase the conversion of targeted advertising. The second criteria is demographic. This is the simplest and most obvious set of criteria by which the audience is divided. For example, clothing stores make email newsletters offering women's or men's collections. Dentists hold promotion for pensioners, and so on. The next criteria is socio-economic. So socio-economic factors help to define the solvency of the target audience and form a pricing policy. Many companies adapt their product for different segments: economy, medium, VIP, premium class, and so on. The next criteria, and it's important for every company, is cultural. So, cultural criteria play a special role when a company enters the international market because the company should know the traditions, the religion, the nationality of this country. The next one is behavioral. Behavioral characteristics helps to understand how the customer acts at the time of selection and purchase and to build effective communication between the seller and the buyer. The next one is psychographic. Psychographic characteristics reveal the motivation of the consumer to purchase certain good. The groups identified on the basis of such factors are difficult to measure and quantify. Therefore, they are used with either criteria. According to the VOWs or Values and Lifestyles method, consumers are divided into some groups. The first, innovators, active consumers open to new ideas and technologies. The second, thinkers, analyze product information and focus on functionality and the cost. The third group, followers, they choose familiar products of well-known brands. Focused on success, they choose prestigious, popular goods, prefer products that save time. Trying ones, they are prone to impulsive purchases of expensive status items. Experimenters, looking for variety, spending a lot on fashion and entertainment. Creators, practical in their choice, strive to improve the standard of living. And survivors, by a limited set of goods and services, focus on the price and reliability of the brand. Here are some steps while you should do segmentation. The first is collecting information. So collect customer information from available sources. The next one is selection of criteria. Make a list of all possible characteristics. There is no single list of criteria. Choose the most important ones depending on the characteristics and goals of the company. Then we have formation of segments. Combine consumers with similar characteristics into groups. Formulate hypotheses and describe in detail the segments. Behavior model, habits, attitude to the product. The next step is attractiveness assessment and segment selection. So define the size of the audience, profitability and sales volume, availability for the company, the level of competition. Select one or more of the most promising segments. And the last step is product positioning and strategy selection. Analyze competitors in the chosen niche, define the advantages of the company. After market segmentation, the company must evaluate the attractiveness and choose one or more segments for development. When evaluating market segments, it's necessary to take into account the overall attractiveness of the segment as well as the goals and resources of the company developing it. So there are 5 possible options to do this. Focus efforts on one segment to satisfy some one need of all groups of consumers, meet all the needs of one group of consumers, selective specialization in various segments, and the last option is service of the whole market. So based on these options, we have some strategies. The first one is mass marketing. This type of marketing is used when a company neglects the differences of segments and enters the market with a single product based on a profitable buyer, while more attention is paid to the community of buyers. And this strategy is good for standard products. The next one is differentiated marketing. It's used for products that have many design differences. With such a marketing strategy, as many market segments as possible are singled out and served. And the last one is concentrated marketing. It involves focused work on only one segment of the market with one group of consumers. Thanks to this approach, the producer secures a strong market position in the service segment, which is especially attractive for young companies. Connection between segmentation and target market selection. So, there are many different tools that can be used when choosing a target market segment. One of these methods is segmentation, which is the division of the market into a group of consumers with the detailed characteristics of these buyers. Further, depending on the tasks facing the business, a suitable target market segment is selected. After the selection of the target market segment is completed, it begins building a marketing strategy based on the characteristics of this target segment. One of the most common segmentation tools is a direct survey of customers in order to identify their needs as well as to assign them to a specific segment. So let's talk about the positioning. What is positioning? It's a marketing task of defining the place of a new product or service in the consumer's mind. The development of marketing positioning is an activity aimed at the special presentation of the product to the customer, which differs from competitors. Positioning, in other words, is the formation of a brand image in the eyes of the consumer. The brand image allows the buyer to understand whether a particular product is suitable for him, for whom it was created, and what tasks it solves. And positioning helps the company to identify the value of the product to the target audience. The subject of positioning is everything that has a proper name and that can and should take its place in the consumer's mind. It could be company, brand, product, place, and so on. So the result of correct positioning is the image of the positioning object in the imagination, perception, understanding of the target audience in such a way that the positioning object differs as favorably as possible from the positioning object of competitors. Positioning management is a fundamental business activity, the purpose of which is to regularly synchronize and direct its positioning in the perception of the target audience towards a position that ensures maximum success in the market. What positioning gives to the companies? Firstly, it makes it stand out from the competition. It allows to reveal to declare unique qualities and characteristics that no one else has. Helps to find a niche. In the process of positioning development, company may find a niche with low competition or completely free. Highlights the benefits. Focuses on the benefits for the consumer, benefits or unique characteristics of the product. Increases the value of the product, allows to personally address the target audience of a product that solves the unique problem of a particular consumer or group, and also increases loyalty. The client subconsciously evaluates the brand through the prism of his or her own. If a company broadcasts important and close values, consumers are more sympathetic to it. So, what are the strategies of positioning? Firstly, by attribute. The company focuses on the features of the product, its qualities, and distinctive characteristics. By benefit. The strategy is based on the benefit or result that the buyer will receive. Price. Brand positioning by price is usually used as part of a strategy, but can also be the main criteria. Competitive strategy. The company uses the strengths and weaknesses of competitors to rebuild and emphasize its uniqueness. The next one is by category. Product positioning by category is possible when the product has no analogs on the market or the company is the undisputed leader in a niche. By consumer, brand positioning by consumer is possible if there is a pronounced target audience with special requests for product characteristics. Strategy according to the terms of use. The use of the product is associated with a certain occasion or event. And product positioning map. It's a visual representation of the perception of your product by your potential customers in comparison with competitors' offers. What is the process? Firstly, defining of the leading characteristics. It can be the promotion of the idea of value for money, the prestige of the brand. Then, identification of indicators based on the specified criteria. To do this, it's enough to analyze the market with the help of a focus group, work with experts and opinion leaders. The next step is the perception map. And last one, the strategy of changing the positioning of the product in the market. And here you will have to search for benefits that you can offer to your buyer. So, example of positioning. For example, Caterpillar is a producer of reliable, heavy, and very cool construction equipment. Volvo is the most reliable cars in the segment. Dove is a soap that keeps the skin hydrated. All IKEA products correspond to the slogan Swedish quality and Scandinavian design. Marlboro is the symbol of the American cowboy. And Lacoste, life is a beautiful sport. So here we can see the positioning. And the question for you. Imagine you are selling a product or service. What is your target audience and how do you position yourself? Please ask and write down your answer to uh, our commenting list. Thank you for your attention. See you soon. Hello, dear students. Welcome to a marketing management course. And let's start our lesson. So, what are we going to talk about today? First of all, is development of a marketing package, the model of 4P, 5 and 7P, and the model of SIVA. Let's start with the marketing mix. So, the marketing mix is the concept of promoting a company and products on the market using different marketing models. It could be not only the products but also the services. A marketing mix is a set of tools that marketers use to try to satisfy customers in the best possible way. In other words, the marketing complex is a set of controllable variables of marketing factors. Taking into account these factors, influencing them, manipulating them allows the company to cause the desired response from the consumer and the entire market. The marketing mix helps to increase the efficiency of the company and meet the needs of the target audience. For effective promotion in the market, it's important to develop a strategy and create a detailed marketing plan for solving the task that's set. What goals the company can achieve with the help of a marketing mix? The first and the main, it's increasing sales. With the help of marketing tools, brands build new sales channels, develop loyalty programs, and increase awareness about the brand. Sales growth increases the company's profit and helps to build the strong position in the market. The second is increasing consumer satisfaction. With the help of a marketing package, companies satisfy the needs and desires of the target audience or its own consumers. The next one is building a positive image of the company. With the help of the above the line and the below the line advertising, social proof, event marketing, and other tools, companies increase brand awareness, gain the location of the target audience, and build their reputation. The next one is optimization of business processes. High quality process management helps to track performance, control the speed and the quality of work, and of course, improve marketing strategy. So, what is the 4P marketing mix and what are the elements? So, the marketing mix model was described in an article by Nell Borden in 1964. He brought together all the marketing tools necessary to promote the company's product. Later, Jerome McCarthy took Borden's marketing mix and transformed it into a 4P model. A great contribution to its popularization was made by the world famous marketer Philip Kotler. So let's look through the 4P marketing mix deeply. So here we see 4P model. It consists of 4 P's logically. So the first is product. In order to interest the target audience and meet its needs or desires, the company thinks through the properties of product, assortment, creates a corporate identity, and so on. The second P is price. It's about the cost of a product or service that is determined based on the average market price, demand, cost of goods, and desired profit. The third P is about the place. In this direction, they determine sales channels, the type of distribution, ways of placing goods at points of sale, and of course think over logistics and solve other tasks that affect the availability of products to the target audience. So it should be comfortable for the consumer to get this or that product or the service. The fourth P is about the promotion. To increase brand awareness and tell potential customers about the product, companies use many different tools. They develop media planning, connect event and direct marketing, think over ways to stimulate sales. So it's these elements that are taken into account by marketing are recognized as key and require constant close attention. Moreover, all these elements of the marketing mix are interconnected with each other, and it's in this relationship of individual elements that marketing plans, develops, and implements marketing actions. But nowadays, we have 5, 6, and 7 Ps, and sometimes some companies use 9 Ps. So the expansion of the targeting complex is valid only when it comes from the awareness of the dominant role of other certain indicators in the marketing structure of the company. And today we are going to look through the 5P and the 7P. So 5P, this marketing package includes the 4P model plus an additional element of people that is about relationship marketing. This direction involves the development of mechanisms for interaction between subjects of market relations, the selection and the training of personnel, the creation of methods of working with opinion leaders, the launch of loyalty programs, and so on. The 5P model is ideal for companies in the service sector, such as hotels, restaurants, beauty salons, and so on, that works with people. So, what about the 7P marketing complex? So, the 7P marketing package includes all elements of the 4P marketing package, as well as such elements as people, as we said before, that about the relationship marketing, all those who are directly or indirectly involved in the marketing process. The next P is the process, procedures, mechanism, and sequences of actions that provide marketing. And the seventh P is physical evidence, so the environment in which the service is provided, the product is sold. The 7P model in the marketing of services, where the classic formula for P is added personal, physical assets, in other words, and procedures. Nowadays, we also have the SIVA model. The SIVA model is an alternative to the 4P, which was proposed in 2005. The focus of this marketing mix is redirected from the product to solving the consumer's problem. Let's take a closer look at each of the elements of the SIVA model in the next slide. So the SIVA model consists of solution, information, value, and access. Solution. This direction is aimed at finding the most suitable solution to meet the needs of customers. The next one is information. So the companies will find out whether the target audience is familiar with the product, whether they have enough information about the product, what they lack to make a purchase decision, and which channels to use for communication with them. Then the value. So companies determine the value of products for customers. They analyze the competitive environment, research knowledge presented on the market, and calculate the added value. And last one, it's about the direction that involves the creation of consumer friendly points of sale. Companies strive to provide customers with access to products and services in a convenient place and at the right time for them. So let's look through the example for the 4P. The first one was about product. The KFC chicken product will include the appearance of food, shiny red buckets with a smiling face of Colonel Sanders. Such inscriptions on the combined packages are friendship bucket and triple treat. The example for the price, it was used by Geo Reliance in India to gain the deepest market penetration. It practically washed away all mobile operators from the face of the earth. Again, only because of the price. The third P is promotion, and we can see the Coca-Cola and the football that become synonymous with the 2010 World Cup. Another, the greatest example is the New Year in Coca-Cola. We all associate the Coca-Cola with the New Year. And the fourth P is about the place, and we can take as an example the Apple iPhones that are easy to find in a branded store or only in well known e commerce stores such as Amazon, rather than in lesser known stores. So, the question for you, make your own example using 4P. It could be your own business or product or service, or it could be something popular and well known. So thank you for your attention. This was all for this lesson. See you soon.